right, Steve, take it away.
Welcome to Mom's Basement, a podcast where we discuss video games, movies, and other nerd culture that has shaped our lives. From deep inside Mom's smelly basement, we dust off the old goodies that we feel deserve a spotlight in modern gaming and pop culture, all without wearing pants.
That's right. The stinky basement gets stinkier without the pants. Anyway, today we are going to... the funky basement. Today we are going to talk about... Pokemon. Oh, goddamn, Pokemon. There it is. I misclicked. There it was.
It's amazing.
It was. This is a good start to this episode. It's going to be an interesting one. Anyway, today we're going to talk. Yeah, we're going to talk about Pokemon Red and Blue to begin, but we're also going to get into the full Pokemon franchise today, and we're going to be talking about a lot of things. But first off, Pete. No, actually, this game is. Oh my goodness, sorry, everything's going crazy. So, Pokemon was founded by Nintendo, Game Freak, and Creatures, and was created by Satoshi Tajiri in 1995. It's centered around fictional creatures known as Pokemon, which you catch and then train to battle each other for sport. Kind of a weird masculine concept in 2020.
It's dogfighting.
It's dogfighting, basically. But before we get into it, we have to go over the second most important part of Mom's Basement, which is, what are you drinking? Pete, take it away, buddy.
Seltzer.
Just seltzer water.
And seltzer and...
Yeah, and?
Seltzer and bubbles.
A glass. Yeah. Good job, Pete. Thanks. Not even water. Just seltzer water? You some sort of psychopath? Just drinking... I'm going to drink unflavored pop.
That's so West Coast.
There you go, Pete. Yeah. Nice. Anyway, Mickey, bring it back. What are you drinking today?
Oh, I am drinking a nice Slurm.
Slurm! Holy shit. I love that coaster, that sleeve. It's a Slurm. It's what it is. That's amazing. Very good. Steve, what do you got?
As a real man, I have a light beer.
As a real man. Good. The Michelob Ultra, which is just basically flavored seltzer water.
You're drinking water
This is keto beer. I'm drinking keto beer.
There it is there. And I've got a big old glass of whiskey this morning because it's 10 o'clock and that's past my drinking hour on a Sunday. So,
why not?
Yeah, exactly.
Why not?
So, again, sit back, relax at home, and I don't have my green screen on, but we'll just continue to go through.
One of those episodes.
It's going to be one of those episodes. Get a nice cold beverage, sit back, relax, and we will get right into this episode of Mom's Basement. Mom's Basement. There we go. And we're back. Okay, Pete. Take us away on why we decided to talk about Pokemon today in this episode of Mom's Basement.
So, being 80s or 90s kids, at some point in all of our lives, we all whipped out a Game Boy, put in a cartridge, whether it was red, blue, gold, silver, black, white, strawberry, raspberry. You
Male,
played a Pokemon
female.
Game at some... Yeah,
Non-binary.
Non-binary. Thank you, Steve. Thank you.
Yeah. But we've all played them. There have been so many. The series is still going on. They're still doing them. So it had to be at least one conversation.
Okay, I agree. We have to get it out of the way. is the short answer of that, but it's good. No, this is a revolutionary game, and you know it's had a lot of things. So, did any of you go back and put actually Pokemon Red and Blue into your old Game Boy or emulator and play it? So, Steve, how was well, before we get into it, sorry. Before we get into this was developed 1995 is when it was originally kind of released in Japan. I think very soon after that it came over to the United States, separate translations and things. During your guys' life, when was Pokemon out for you in your time? Let's start. I want to hear from Mickey. 1995, Mickey, Pokemon Yellow, I think was yours.
I started with Red. And I was middle school. Me and Hirschfield got into it, and I just needed someone to trade Pokemon with, and he was the easiest person to con into getting it.
The easiest manipulated. I understand. Great. Steve, 1995, you? Pokemon Red or Blue?
So I remember when I first played it, this was like on the early end of high school, like late middle school, early high school. I went over to my friend Tony's house for a sleepover, and he had it on his Game Boy, and I sat on his recliner the whole fucking sleepover, ignored all my friends, and played Pokemon. Went home, demanded to our mom to go buy me it, and of course I chose correctly and bought Blue.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm a
Oh,
blue myself.
wrong.
I'm a blue myself. I'm glad we
So
divided.
wrong.
I'm glad we divided it along this line. Pete, what about you? What was your 1995 Pete?
Did I let either of you play Pokemon ever?
We got our own copies.
Yeah, yeah,
copies.
Did you delete
Uh,
my Pokemon file or?
Probably. Probably.
I don't
yes.
think you did that one.
No, I don't think I
I
did.
I actually didn't play probably until like '98 or so. Maybe I did when I was little. I don't remember too much. But I played it around when Pokemon the first movie came out.
Oh,
But I also started with Red because you had begged for Blue, and I think you convinced Mom to get me Red because you know it would be essential in your quest.
yes. You were my farm. You were my Pokemon farm when I played it. Yeah. So me in 1995, I was like 6 at the time, 5 or 6 years old, and yeah, I was just didn't know what I was doing, and I remember playing it later when I was maybe about 8 or 9, maybe 10, and that's when I really kind of played it and spent a lot of time on that game. But it was fun. I never really watched the TV series too much. I remember Pete and I had a Pokemon CD of all of like the songs of that, and I listened to the shit out of that CD like constantly. I remember listening to all those songs. I did a little bit of card training. It was mostly just like I played just enough to have a deck of I think I had an electric deck, and just enough to lose horribly one game and say I hate card games and never really got back into them. But I wasn't
Thank
into
you
the
for the
anime.
best for
Yeah,
that.
I wasn't really into the anime or anything like that. I played the game and I got a little bit into the cards. I wasn't a collector or anything like that. But did you guys ever dabble into any of the other media that is Pokemon? As a
I've
kid,
watched
sorry,
the
1995 side.
show, regularly. I mean, get off of school. That was back when after school cartoons was still a thing. It was in the you watch that, and then you get to watch like Batman or Superman after that.
Mm.
So yeah, no, it was a nice lead into other shows
We
while
we
you're
played.
playing Pokemon.
I remember playing the card game because like I was super big into Magic back in like
Ah.
the mid to early '90s, and then like that was really kind of the zenith of like CCGs. So there was like a CCG for everything. There was Magic, then there was BattleTech, and there was Legend of the Five Rings, and then there was
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Alien vs Predator, and then
Yu-Gi-Oh.
like all those things. But Pokemon struck the scene pretty early. Like I feel like it was pretty quick to latch on to like the coattails of Magic and establish itself. And what's beyond comprehension to me is that people still play that game because it is so vanilla.
Yeah, it's kind of very base. I don't know why cards. I don't know if cards were a bigger thing in the United States or if they were a bigger thing in Japan. I don't know why card game kind of picked up so much. I don't know the history behind that. If anyone
It
else
was
knows.
the Magic hype. Magic was so good.
But was Magic
It
really
was
big in
so- it was-
Japan? You
Oh,
know,
I don't
like
know
I
if it was
understand.
big
You know what I
in
mean?
Japan.
Like in the United States, yeah, Pokemon cards were big because of Magic and everything like that. But I don't know what Japan brought it in, or if it was just solely a North American thing. I don't know. Anyway, Pete, did you ever watch any of the other or partake in any of the other Pokemon media?
Yeah, so Pokemon was honestly the first series I truly got into as a kid. Everyone kind of had their stuff, like you were watching Toonami and had all your stuff you enjoyed. But when I got Pokemon Red and then I saw the first movie, I wanted everything. Like I wanted the cards, I wanted the other toys that they were making. So it was the first series that I really committed to hardcore. Like I remember seeing previews for the first episode of the TV show, and I was excited. Like, I want to watch the anime. I want to watch all of it. And that was my experience.
Yeah, I remember we had books. I remember we had, I don't know if they were Choose Your Own Adventure, but we had like some books and stuff like it. Some like little kids' books, like little 50 pagers.
Well, you guys had like an actual legit Pokedex too. Like
Yeah,
didn't you?
the electric ones. Those were freaking awesome. Remember we got those for Christmas. Those were
are
so
expensive.
cool. Are they really?
Yeah.
I don't know where mine is. It's in a box in Mom's
So-
attic.
So, so Mickey, I know you and I started about the same time with Red Blue. Dan, Pete, did you guys like? When did you become like insane Pokemon fans? Because like I'm willing to bet that every gamer out there has gone through and I'm going to be a Pokemon master phase.
Oh, I'm
and
sure.
for me, it was like Red and Blue kind of solidified that, and I played pretty consistently up through. Actually, no, I think I skipped Gold and Silver, and then did what was after that?
Pearl?
Ruby
Sa-
Sapphire.
Ruby
I
Sapphire.
played a lot of Ruby Sapphire.
Oh, okay. So
For me, it was honestly just red and yellow. I really enjoyed those. Once they got a little too repetitive.
mm-hmm. Oh, you don't say. You don't say.
They didn't
Pokemon being a little bit
reinvent
too repetitive.
themselves as much as I wanted to.
Yeah.
I know. This is a shock. I mean, shocker. But
This is why we're doing the whole franchise in one in one video.
and it's one that we can easily do it. I mean,
No,
I'm trying to think of major improvements that they made other than the world looks 3D now.
Breeding.
You can breed. You can do bikes and stuff like that. They had I remember spending a lot of time in the casino on Pokemon Blue and the slot machines and stuff like that. That was a fun thing to do in the early ones. But for me, Steve, to go back to your question, for me it was Pokemon Blue. Pokemon Blue, I got all 150 Pokemon out of the Pokedex, and I beat the game. Is what I obviously we'll get into it in a little bit. But Pete was a large farm of mine when we were playing. Basically, he had to restart his game 15 times in order for me to get everything I needed. But no, I got everything. The last Pokemon I've caught was the Taurus from the Safari Zone. That was the hardest thing to catch. I believe I caught it.
Taurus isn't red.
Everywhere.
I couldn't catch it. So Pete caught it for me, gave it to me, and I completed my Pokedex. No, but after that, I bought Sapphire. I played it a little bit, and I was when I first started playing, I was I already played this game. I already beat this game. It was the same thing I'd played before, so I was I can't get into it. And then I put it away. Then I came back to it with Pearl, because everyone in the group, I think Jordan had got Pearl, and he was super, he had beat it again kind of thing. And I was I played it for a couple hours, got through a couple of gyms. I have never beaten any Elite Four after Blue. I've never beaten any Elite Four of any Pokemon after Blue. That's it. But Pete, what was your Pokemon like? What was the I guess the peak of your Pokemon trainer era?
To be honest, you ruined red for me because what?
Something just shrieked in my ear. I don't know if it's going to come out on the recording or not, but be careful touching your mics, everyone. Jeez, that was rough.
So for me, I'll be honest, you ruined red for me because it's really disheartening to trade your starter for a Metapod 4 times. So you can get...
I had all the starters. I don't know what you're talking about, Pete.
Yeah, and then later on, I don't know why, you were just picking on me. I was probably 8 years old playing, and I had taught my Snorlax a TM, and you were like, "Oh, you ruined your game by doing that. You should restart." So I did.
Yep. There was another Pokemon in the beginning I needed, and I think I manipulated you into restarting your game again. I do remember this. I'm not proud of it, but I had 150 Pokemon Pokedex. I finished my Pokedex from that. So
no.
So let's.
My peak of Pokemon gaming was Gold. That's the one that I sunk hours and hours and hours into. Yeah, Gold and Silver.
Right?
That is where I beat the Elite Four both times through. I went and found the secret trainer battle against Ash. I did all of it. What were the
the legendaries of that one? That's how I remember which ones are which.
Lugia and Ho-Oh.
Oh, okay. I understand. Okay, I spent a lot of time in that game too, actually thinking about it.
Yeah, I feel like that was your guys in.
No, I definitely never spent. I never spent nearly as much time as Blue because
really?
I think I got. I spent time on it. I think I've spent I spent over 150 hours on Blue, easy. I think I maybe spent 60 hours on Gold. It wasn't as much.
I don't think that was till later. I remember because did I ever share my Game Boy?
No, we all had our own.
Yeah, exactly. Right, and I remember playing that I got Pokemon on the original Game Boy, played it on the original Game Boy, the non-backlit, yellow and black screen that you couldn't play past 6 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't feel like I let you guys play Pokemon until much later.
I think we played Red and Blue on the later editions of the Game Boys.
Color.
Because
Game Boy Color.
I remember playing Gold and Silver, but I know I never got near the amount of Pokemon on Gold and Silver than I did on Red and Blue. I remember in Gold and Silver, I was at the part of the game where you could I think this is Gold and Silver, where you could catch the 4 dogs or whatever, they're these legendary dogs. I don't remember their names, but like you could try to track them on your map. Yeah, you could track them on your map and try to catch them. I remember trying to catch those, and that's where I was like, I'm done. And then I like never got back into Pokemon after that. It was cool. Like they had a lot of new revolutions and gold from Red and Blue, but I was like, I feel like I already beat the game, and I couldn't enjoy it. But that was me. It was fun. I had a great time with Pokemon, but as Mickey said, it's kind of repetitive.
Like that was me. Like I remember I was working at a pizza place and my manager got white and he was like, "Oh, you need to go and get it. We have so much downtime right now." I was like, picked it up. I think I put about 20 hours into it and I was just like, and I'm done.
Yep. Put it down.
I think honestly though, like now reflecting on it, the one that I think I got the most into. So I played the OG Pokemon. I remember playing a lot of the other blue one, Sapphire. But then Pearl. Pearl is probably like that would be probably the most I've ever sunk into any Pokemon game.
I believe Pearl was a classic Steve move of let's buy this game, we're all going to play it for a long time. And then I bought the game and I never played it. So I think you were the catalyst. I think you were the catalyst. You played it. You played it, yes.
A lot.
But
you guys were just jerks and wouldn't.
Yeah, no, so this is classic Steve of we're gonna play this game all the time. You should all buy it. We all buy it.
And I did.
Yeah, you did. But
that was not a normal Steve game.
That coughing fit can go on a long time, Mickey. Be careful with that.
Is let's all buy this game and then I don't play it. That was a game like World of Warcraft where I'm like, you guys need to buy this game, and you guys did, and then just didn't play it.
Yeah. This is kind of what's happening again now. I have some friends that are salty at me. I've bought the expansion and I haven't maxed my character to 60 yet, and I'm getting some salt from it from my friends. So when you watch this, I'm working on it, but give me a minute. But so let's go into kind of present day now of where we are with Pokemon. We've kind of talked about what it was to us and going back and playing it again. I want to hear about you guys. To be honest with you, I won't put this game back onto my hands. I will not put it back into my hands. It's a dump of time for me. I won't do it. So I did not play it, but I played enough to remember it. I'm not going to be as relevant in this present part of Pokemon. But what did you guys rethink of playing? Which Pokemon did you replay, and what did you think of it? Without getting too much without getting too much into the rating system, kind of what was your opinion of coming back to it after a while?
Well, I remember buying, because my nephew is still really into Pokemon.
Oh, great.
So I wanted to get him into the ground level, and I bought Red and Blue for his DS. And I was like, well, we can play this again. And I was the nice uncle and restarted it 15 times.
Yep, there you go. See, Pete.
So I can make sure I can get it back too.
Yep.
So I
was the younger one.
Yes, but you still have to go to a whole other town and just.
You have to beat the first gym leader. First gym leader to trade him. Yep.
And then I was just like, all right, now I can start playing, and I was done. I was done.
No, Steve. What about you?
I just couldn't do it.
So again, I booted up my RetroPie and I put in Blue again. I have an emulator for Blue. And I played it for a little bit, and I was like, I'm gonna just go back and play Leaf Green.
Ooh.
So because again, like the nice thing about Pokemon is they always re-release their current games.
Mm-hmm.
So I played a little bit of Leaf Green, and then ended up going back and dumping a couple more hours after I started Leaf Green into my Hello Eevee, which was yet another re-release of the original Pokemon on the Switch. And that one, I actually ended up I caught the legendary birds. I have a Mewtwo. My daughter, Lindsay, has our Mew that she was me.
She's totally your kid. I love it.
And she doesn't even use them. It's in her bank.
As it should be.
You don't put Mew in a bank.
Sitting in a little ball.
I have played Pokemon games for the last 25 years, and I've never had a Mew. And my daughter gets one from the damn Pokeball controller for the Switch, and she's like, oh, he's pretty nice. I'm going to call him Kitty, and he's going to live in my bank.
Renamed it.
I'm not joking. I'm not joking. There is a Mew named Kitty living in her bank.
I love how angry you are at this spite.
You know how long I wanted a Mew?
You can have one. Vicariously through Lindsay, you can have one.
I mean, it's not in, but
It's named it Kitty.
I can't really see it. But
Oh, there it is. Nice.
Oh.
Pokemon Go. Okay, so I want to jump into that in a second. But Pete, what about which game did you, if you went back and played, which one did you do?
Yeah, so I popped in Sapphire. I had my DS. I pulled it out, and funny enough, Sapphire, it actually held up fairly well for what I remembered, way better than Red. So I actually sat and probably put about 10 hours into it and got, I think, half the badges or something.
In 10 hours.
But I actually had a enjoyable time playing it.
No, I mean, yeah, if it's nostalgic for you, it's nostalgic for you. Again, I'm very much on Steve's mentality of the re-release kind of thing. But let's go away from that. Let's talk about kind of where it's developed and what it's grown into. So we've got games like Pokemon Snap that were for the N64. All Smash Brothers and stuff like that wouldn't be the same, especially Mickey. I know he's the Pikachu guy on Smash.
no,
Fox.
no,
Sorry, that was
Fox.
Steve.
That's
Sorry, Steve. Sorry. My apologies. I knew that as soon as I said it, I was like, that's wrong. Thank you, Whiskey. Thank you, 10 o'clock a.m. Whiskey. I'll give that the benefit. But, no, the Pokemon wouldn't Smash Brothers wouldn't be the same without Pokemon. Like, there's actually just Pokemon Trainer on the newer ones. They had games like Pokemon Go that came out that were worldwide phenomenon, kind of getting people out of the house and moving. They had what other kind of like Pokemon Stadium? They had the battle kind of Coliseum kind of game where you could go into. I thought those were really fun. But what do you guys? What do you?
Pokemon Snap's getting a re-release.
Pokemon Snap's getting a re-release.
On the
Yes,
Switch?
it is.
Oh my god.
Yes, yeah. I was actually just looking.
Is it
it
worth
up
a
when we
buy?
were talking about it.
Is it worth a buy? That's going to be another discussion. But let's talk about kind of the.
That's going to be a game that you buy, put in your Switch, go, I remember this.
Take one picture and go, all right, I'm glad I spent $30 on or $50 on that game because it's a Pokemon franchise. But Pete, what were the other kind of games that brought you kind of deeper into Pokemon that you played outside of just the original Game Boy or the different versions that came out?
Yeah. Snap was one for sure. That one I beat all the way through. You actually helped me with that. Jordan and I, funny enough, our friendship, one of the first games we ever played through together was the second Pokemon Stadium. Other than that, I didn't really deviate too far into like the Hello Pikachu stuff or any
I
of
don't
those.
even know what you're talking about. I have no idea what those are.
Yeah, they tried to make them a little more interactive, and it was like, it wasn't that great.
It's like a Pikachu dating sim. Is that basically what?
Voice controls for the N64 worked perfectly.
Oh, that sounds amazing. Smooth as silk. Yeah, there we go.
The only so other than Smash, which was like the best extension of Pokemon, I remember the only outside games I played were like the Pokemon Mystery Dungeons, and that's only
to get the
exclusive.
eggs.
To get the exclusive Pokemon in the next Pokemon game.
What a cash grab.
Pokken for Switch is actually a really fun fighting game.
Pokken.
That one looks really good.
It's Tekken mixed with Pokemon.
You see, that's kind of what it should have always been, right? Like, as soon as you can control a Pokemon and like fight him like a Pokemon in Smash Brothers or something like that, I see a huge market in that. They should have gone into like the arcade fighting simulator of like arcade fighting style games of just like here's 300 different characters you can play. So that would be cool. Yeah. And then like you could do kind of a Dragon Ball Z style system where in the match if they can evolve up, you know, like because I remember the Dragon Ball games when you play like a Dragon Ball game is you got like your Super Saiyan rank, you could like trying to transform. They had such a market they could do that with Pokemon that they just never tapped into. I think those would be cool games.
No. We'll just give them the idea right now. Nintendo.
Or if you're
here's
listening,
what you can do.
Here
You can make a whole new Pokemon game for the Game Boy or your Switch or whatever, and then you can use that to transfer into a arcade game. Boom. Needlessly complicated. You get to sell more units.
That's smart.
Just give us a little.
You heard it first.
Kickback.
You heard it first at Mom's Basement. When it comes out, we're not getting any royalties. We're not getting any royalties.
Nintendo Switches.
Free Nintendo Switches, so I can sell them. We can scalp them like the new PS5.
So like to me, like modern Pokemoning, there's three things you need to talk about.
Okay.
One is you have to talk about the evolution, like in the game itself. Like, what have Pokemon games added that make it enticing to continue to play? 2, you have to talk about the insanity around like hard freaking core gamers and the breeding, the IV, EV, like shiny, like people who go insane. Because there are a ton of people who will legitimately say a Pokemon game does not officially start until after you beat the Elite Four.
Yeah, that's true.
Because that's when the game starts. People like Jordan, I think, say that. And then you can't talk about Pokemon without talking about Pokemon Go.
So let's take those.
Those are the three things you have to talk about.
Let's take those into. Go ahead, Mickey.
I would go with 4, because the first thing you really need to ask yourself is, do you really want to be the very best? Like no one ever has.
Dun dun dun. That song, I swear,
Pokemon.
that CD.
God,
I'm not even kidding.
It.
It's ridiculous.
It's you and me.
So let's talk. Let's go through these quickly, one at a time. I want to talk. The first one. The first one is just how they've evolved over the time of the systems. We've already kind of gone over that. They're just kind of re-releases. We get more.
No. Biggest addition to Pokemon: colored trainer cards. That's it. Mic drop. It's done. That is what made that's what made Pearl so amazing.
Colored trainer cards.
Upgraded your trainer card to black or to gold, and it showed other people how awesome.
Oh, it was your dick slider of Pokemon cards.
It was,
okay,
it was Cyberpunk 2077 Dick Slider was the color of your trainer card.
All right, so there's number 1. Number 2, we talked about the breeding. So the breeding stuff was really complicated. I remember just having, when I played a little bit, there was just like the Ditto whore. Because Ditto, you could breed with any Pokemon. It didn't have a gender. It was just like,
poor Ditto.
Just have sex with that pile of bubblegum over there. Yeah, and then she's going to give me eggs. And it's going to be chew bubblegum. Just Ditto.
Ditto milk.
Yeah, it was gross.
You get to breed with Tauros, then Snorlax.
Yeah, all of them. Then we're gonna get Lugia go at you. Yeah.
And if you know anything about ducks.
No, it was just
What I had learned
disgusting.
too about the breeding. The breeding was crazy. I had a friend, and he was literally a stat nerd. So he would sit and he would only breed certain ones because I guess if you really get down to the numbers, when they started giving Pokemon like personalities, we're like, oh no, it's timid. Go catch a new one and then rebreed it with something else because the attack will be higher.
No, so
like,
this is
really.
You're 100% right. Jordan did the same thing. I remember I fought Jordan once in like Pearl or something like that. We had the game, and I remember he pulled out one Pokemon that he had bred. It was called like Shelder or something like that. It was just like a turtle. And it had the most fucking defense of anything. I just couldn't fucking kill it. Like, it didn't do any damage back to me, but I was like, look, I will literally deplete all of the moves of my Pokemon in order to try to kill this fucking thing, and it's not gonna die. Like, it wasn't even like a fun battle. It was just like, I can't beat this fucking brick wall of a Pokemon, and there were 5 more behind it. And it was just like, this is ridiculous for the stats thing. And he did. He breeded it like crazy.
It's his tank.
It was like, if he's watching this, he'll be laughing because that little fucking bastard. I was like, I can't beat this one fucking Pokemon of yours. Like, this one thing can't beat me. But then let's go into Pokemon Go. People have died playing Pokemon Go from walking into the street, staring at their phone, and just fucking hit by a car, a mail truck or something like that. Just destroyed. So in Japan, where I am, it wasn't even a little bit weird to play Pokemon Go. Like, I would be at work, and at lunchtime there would be people like not like walking around the office, but like just like going through like sheets of like, I've got 2 pages of this, just like going through stuff. And it was just like, they would be bragging like, yeah, I've got a whole maxed out Pokedex here of Pokemon Go. And like 40, 50-year-old adults that are just like having 2 or 3 cell phones hanging around their neck, walking around catching these Pokemon. It was totally normal in Japan for a while. It's not that bad anymore. There are still some people playing. But what was it like in the United States for Pokemon Go?
Oh God, I want to go first. So I started playing just a little bit right before I moved to Seattle, and it was pretty normal. Like, I'd have buddies and we'd go meet up at like the buildings around the area where the gyms were, and we would all battle. Like, we'd all go to the same place, and it's like, oh, who's like the gym leader right now? When I moved to Seattle, I wasn't ready because Nintendo has a headquarters out here. I saw a woman on a walk with a foam box with 8 iPad minis in it with batteries, playing Pokemon Go on all of them, walking in a park.
Oh my
And I was
God.
like, all right.
Pete, you live in a very privileged area. I want you to know that. There's not a lot of places that a lady could walk in with a styrofoam box of 8 iPad minis and not get mugged and lose all of her iPad minis. I want
Now,
you to
you know, Mickey's a resident Pokemaster.
Oh, is he? Okay.
I mean, I may have. I don't know if you can see it. 151 right there.
Oh my God, you have the full Pokedex. You have the full
I
Pokedex.
do have as I said, I wanted to be the very best, like no one ever was. So I got my 151, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm good."
I did it.
And then my nephew got into it, and he got a phone, and it was like, "Ah, shit." All right, let's like, you son of a bitch, I'm in.
Here we go again. Now that's
No,
We're getting the gang back together.
But I remember too, like you said, like I remember going with my buddies out on Pokewalks at lunch. You know, like people were absolutely obsessed with Pokemon Go, and a lot of people still are.
Yeah. There are still some like Poke spots. Like you'll be walking around downtown where I live. There's some cities around here, and you'll just like find a weird like little area where there's like 70 people standing around. Not now because coronavirus, but before coronavirus, even like the beginning of this year. Beginning of this year, you'd be walking around and be like, why are there like 70 people in this weird like little what the hell is, and then you realize everyone's playing Pokemon Go in that area. Everyone's just huddled in this area playing Pokemon Go, and you're like, oh, there it is. And that was still going on now again because coronavirus and everything like that. It's really kind of died off. I think coronavirus has killed Pokemon Go, at least in Japan. But it was crazy during that time, absolutely insane. So, without beating a dead horse for the re-release and re-release and re-release and re-release and different name, they've gone from colors to letters to celestial bodies of different Pokemon versions. What's the newest version right now?
And now Sword and Shield.
Sword and Shield. So now they're going into weapons, assault weapons of different. I can't wait for my Pokemon AR-15 and AK-47 edition. Those are going to be the next ones coming up. Yeah, you have to pick your side.
I'm waiting for like Pokemon Mustang and Pokemon DeLorean.
There it is. There it is. Or they're gonna be ridiculous. But let's get into let's take the time of this episode to start our end of. I guess I'll ask before. I kind of know the answer. For future of Pokemon, before we get into the rating system, future of Pokemon, I just see more of the same old. I mean, they might have some new wild card if they pick up on our arcade game that we just talked about here. Maybe there's a revision. Maybe there's a revive.
Come on.
But you guys see anything new?
Dan, Pokemon is in the competitive gaming community as popular as games, like close to as popular as games like StarCraft.
It's probably more popular than StarCraft too.
There are still like massive worldwide competitions where these crazy bastards who are searching for IVs and EVs, and EVs. EV, expected value, EV. Yeah, see what I did there? I like that.
That's good. That's good.
Who are like farming these, like stat whores and building the very best teams and competing in worldwide competition.
It blows
like
my mind.
Pokemon will keep the formula because it works.
It's true.
Going to be the same thing because it works, and it is one of the most popular competitive gaming esports that's out there.
You're making points that I can't argue with. You're not giving Ocarina of Time a 2 in this episode, so I have nothing to argue about. But speaking of which, let's segue now into finally the rating system of the game. So before we get into this, we've got a new, unbiased, unjust, whatever it is, a new rating system. Up in the corner.
Low sodium.
Everyone
rating.
point at it for the thumbnail. There it is. Yeah. Oh, wrong side. There it is. So the new rating system. So we've got a rating system. So level 1, we'll go from 1 to top. The Water Temple of Games. If it's just like a hassle, a tedious mess to even want to talk about it. That's Water Temple level. We've got.
I thought the lowest was Pete, and then there's Water Temple.
Oh, Sloth Pete. No. So yeah, no. So we've got basically Pete level, Sloth. We've got Sloth Pete level. Then we've got Water Temple. Then we've got Nostalgic but Bad. So if you've played the game and you're enjoying, you played it, you didn't have a great time, but it was. You played it. You remember? I was a bit nostalgic. Nostalgically good. So something for me like playing through like I don't even want to give examples. We'll go through that. So if you played a game and it was
like Duke Nukem for me.
So Duke Nukem for Steve. It was nostalgically good. Maybe he's not going to play it again. Maybe he's not going to play it every year. But it was a good game to be like, oh, it was fun. I had a good time with it. It wasn't bad. Annually played. We all didn't know how to spell annually, so we knew there were some like double letters in the word, so we just doubled every letter of the word. And
I think it looks perfect.
It's fine. It's very
annually.
Mom's basement. It's very Mom's basement. So it's annually play, and then we've got the Chrono Trigger tier of games where you would play them kind of before, like even if exactly, if there was a new game that was even coming out today, like Cyberpunk 2077, if Mickey was in a game of Chrono Trigger, he would finish the game of Chrono Trigger before he played 2077. So this is our new rating system. We are going to talk about Pokemon. We're going to rate it out of 5 Pokeballs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, based on the rating system over there. Let's start. I want to start with Steve today, and we're going to go Pete probably second to last.
Okay. So again, I have always been kind of intrigued by the Pokemon genre. My kids are playing it now. We did a little bit of the Pokewalks. I enjoyed it. From playing it, it feels like coming home. I am looking forward to the next one. Am I going to drop everything that I'm doing to go pick it up? Maybe not. Will I try to harass you guys into buying it and play with me? Probably. I think playing those games, it's a solid 3. It's a good feeling. I might get like hyped about the next one, and I'll pick it up eventually, but like not right now.
I want to give a shout out to.
I haven't played Sword and Shield.
I want to give a shout out to how good those Pokeballs look on this. I spent 10 seconds Googling them, and they look very good on this. But yeah, no, okay, so nostalgically good. Nostalgically good was it? Mickey, what is Pokemon? We'll just go Pokemon.
Well, okay. Do you like the Pokemon formula? Then you're gonna like every Pokemon game. It's just, will you get burned out? Yes. So for me, it's a solid 3. A solid 3. Will I enjoy playing them? Will I play them over? Yeah, I will. I mean, if there's other games around, like I don't know, for instance, I'll play some Pokemon.
We need to get a clip of Chrono Trigger, so when we drop a Chrono Trigger rating, all of the ratings just change to 5 Chrono Triggers. That's we need to do this before the next one. I apologize for interrupting. Go ahead.
Oh no, that's fine. That's fine. I will always be interrupted for Chrono Trigger. It's okay. But no, they're fun games. It's a game that no matter what, you can always explore.
That's true.
And there's always replay value in that, and there's always a way to try to get better Pokemon. And for a game that makes you want to catch them all,
you know what you're getting.
You know what you're going to get. A game where you can try to catch them all and rope some friends into.
Spending $30 on a Game Boy game. Or a Switch game, or whatever it comes out on next. Pete, what's your rating for Pokemans? Chimpokemons.
So mine is going to be slightly split. I would say anything prior to Ruby and Sapphire is a 2. It's nostalgic, but I can't play them. Like, for me, Pokemon really started when Ruby and Sapphire came, because it's when they tweaked it just enough to be like, I really enjoy this now.
Yeah, the fashion.
Yeah, the fashion show.
That's what it was. Chrono Trigger.
Because I played Sapphire, like I said, and I actually sunk some time into it because I was having a great time. And so I would say anything post Sapphire and on would be a 3 in that case.
Because you could get the butt plug accessory.
That was the most expensive. The N64, the N64 Rumble Pack, the butt plug accessory.
Sorry.
It's good. All right, so Dan.
We knew this episode would be bad.
Dan gives this. Dan gives this one. This one. No one. This is why it's been a month. Because we saw that the next one on the list was Pokemon, and all of us were like, "I'd rather do nothing than talk about Pokemon." So
And we did.
yeah. So here we go. So Dan is going to give this max 2, maximum 2. Was Pokemon nostalgic for me to go back and go like, "Oh yeah, I remember Pokemon"? Yes, but would I ever put this game back into my hands? I didn't even do it for this episode. This is the first episode I have not gone out of my way to actually spend time to either buy a game or replay a game or do anything to it. I will never play a new Pokemon game. The only time
Dan would get addicted.
No. I just can't do it. I beat it in Blue. I exploited Pete. I beat the game, and it was a huge pain in the ass, and I was like, no, I'm done. I've done it. I've done this game. I finished it. Now, the one time I played Pokemon Go with my niece in Japan, a huge locust flew out of the bushes and she fell off her bike. That was the only experience I've ever had about Pokemon Go. We were walking all on our bikes and this huge, it was like the size of a bat, like massive locust came out. She didn't even like try to escape. She just like immediately like froze, fell left on the bike and was like, I have to explain to your dad now why you're all hurt. Like this was our thing that we were going to do today. And now I got to explain to your dad, my brother-in-law, why his daughter's like all scratched up because we played Pokemon Go out in like the wild. If I could give this a water temple, I would, but it was slightly nostalgic. So it barely ekes out 2 Pokeballs out of 5 for me. And that is a gracious ranking because we spent like an hour before this on that ranking system because I was going to give this game a 1, but it was nostalgic. So it gets a 2.
But look, I'm so proud of us. We didn't give this all 4s and 5s.
That's Pokemon. It's Pokemon. It doesn't deserve 4s and 5s. It doesn't get it.
No, it's definitely a 5 out of 5 for all the little kids, everywhere. Adults, we've done that. We're
Been
fine.
there.
We've been there. Yeah. It's
Got better things to play.
Do
I
your
can
kids
make.
know what
I have
controllers are?
I have
Yeah.
customizable pubes on Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah, there's no dick sliders on Pikachu. I'm not gonna play it anymore. We need a dick slider on Pikachu, and then maybe I'll put it back into my DS, my 3DS. I need it to slide directly towards my face as I increase or reduce the slider. That's what we need. Anyway, this time, Mom's Basement, we're calling it. Thank you everyone for watching. We've evolved, yes. And next time, we're going to be talking about Perfect Dark next time on Mom's Basement. Thank you guys very much for watching, and we will see you all in the next one.
Man, I thought we were doing Digimon.
Nope. Digimon can go
Yu-Gi-Oh?
suck it. Go suck a big one, Digimon. No one ever watched you ever.
What about Yu-Gi-Oh? He can get Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
I still have my deck.
Good job. Of course he does.
I can literally go get it right now. It's in the other room.
It's framed.
God.
It's framed in a binder in his house. All right. See you guys in the next one.